Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? Make plans with you, and I won't let them fall away. I think I like.
Ancestors always come back to tell ancestors' knowledge. They didn't forget who was behind all the lynching. KKK was.
This is what we see when Frank Acona,
in St. Francis County said.
Shout out to KKK Imperial. Shout out to Richard Taylor House Publishing. This who gets this credit. KKK Imperial Wizard killed by his own wife and son. Now, you guys, I call this ancestral memory, right? They said the sins of your fathers and your foreparents will fall back on the generation. So the sins of these KKK, all the lynching, all the bloodshed that they did to my ancestors, right, has been visited right back on them.
KKK Imperial Wizard was killed by members of his own family. Frank Acona was last seen Thursday at his home in Leadwood. His car was found Friday in the Mark Twain National Forest. Then his body was found near Belgrade on Sunday with a bullet wound to his head. News 4's Russell Kinsell has the story tonight from Farmington.
It's pretty sad, somebody that you love, you're supposed to love and be with, and then, to kill him.
The murder of KKK Imperial Wizard Frank Acona is the talk of the town in Leadwood, where he lived. Prosecutors have charged his wife, 44-year-old Melissa Acona, and his stepson, 24-year-old Paul Jenkerson, with first-degree murder.
From the evidence that we have, it looks that she was an active participant all the way through, although the evidence that we had would have been that he would have been the person that actually pulled the trigger.
Prosecutors say Acona was shot and killed in the bedroom of his home and did not go missing, as his wife claimed Sunday in this exclusive interview with KMOV.
Nightmare. I haven't slept much.
Do y'all know KKK has never been on the list as a hate group, or anything they did as hate crimes? They get away with a whole lot of things that they do. But anyway, his own wife and son deleted him, you guys. This wizard. This is what you call pure evil right here.
A lot of crying.
Prosecutors say that Melissa Acona later claimed that she was at this gas station at the time investigators believe Frank Acona was killed, but her alibi fell apart when surveillance video proved her wrong. In our interview, Acona seemed to have trouble even remembering when she reported her husband missing.
I did go up there and report it 48 hours exactly after I seen him. No, I guess I did before that. I actually made the report. I made the report Friday, I believe. Prosecutors say
they found lots of blood evidence at the house, even though there was an attempt to cover up the crime.
No, I certainly feel like we have a very strong case to prosecute, and I hope to, take this one all the way through.
We have the full exclusive interview with Frank Acona's wife, Melissa, on our website. Here's a little more of what she told our Alexis Zotos yesterday about her husband's death.
Do you know who would want to hurt your husband?
No, I know, he's with a certain organization, and there's been a lot of things along the lines of threats, but I don't know.
If you would like to hear more of this interview again,
So you guys, hate never wins. This wife right here is pretending like she's grieving, right? She says, oh my God, they didn't even tell me that they had even found the body. Y'all listen at her. And then she turned on her own son when she's, the son did it. Then she had to turn around and confess that, she was involved in it. After all, they found all kinds of evidence in the home. Blood. They try to clean it up, but they can't. Listen at her, you guys. Just listen at her. Pretend like she's this grieving wife.
able to, if they don't want to hire them, you know, but he doesn't think that anybody should be like killed or murdered or anything like that. You know, he just believes in separation of the races. Mostly what it is.
So do you think he was killed for something that has to do with his involvement with the Klan?
I don't think so. I mean, I thought that at first, but because he was getting a lot of messages, but he's always gotten, you know, voicemails and messages on his line that were threatening, and no one's ever done anything. But I know, like, right before this happened, there was a post put on his Facebook page by somebody that said they needed to talk to him, that a bunch of stuff was put out about him, me, and his daughter. But the guy never got back to me about what that was or where I could find it. Okay. So I don't know I can't.
So you don't know. You don't know at this point who that person in custody might be or why they might have hurt your husband.
No, I have no idea.
When did you report him missing?
Well, see, I was under the impression it was 48 hours.
Check this out, y'all. She can't remember what she had said initially. So this right here, what she's saying, she forgot what she told the reporter. So this is really, really, really raising suspicious eyes because she's not telling the same story. This wife right here was just fed up with the evilness of her husband.
In like 24 hours for a child. But I was told by the police department here that that's not true. So I actually, I did do it, the 48 hours later. Because I called St. Francis County Sheriff's Department and they said, yeah, it's 48 hours. But the cops here said no. So, I was kind of confused on when I was supposed to report it. But I did go up there and report it 48 hours exactly after.
So that was yesterday or today? Or
that was actually no, I guess I did before that. I actually made the report. I made the report Friday, I believe. Friday morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the last time you had seen him was
Thursday. So actually, yeah, I made it a little bit earlier because they kept coming down here and asking me why haven't I come up there yet? And then I didn't know where he was, and I was distraught. That was kind of the last thing on my mind. And Frank's had times where he's gotten stressed out, and he's got property out in the country, and he has gone and left for a few days to kind of clear his head. And then, where his property is, there's no cell phone signal, you can't reach him.
All right, so
I do not feel sorry, okay? Because, see, I lived in those days. I've seen plenty of people running down the road with KKK chasing them. They're chasing me also. Look, you guys. Y'all remember the bombing of that church in Birmingham of the little girls? Well, that same day, it was a little boy was attacked. A child was attacked by KKK and deleted. He didn't get any publicity, you guys. So, KKK Imperial Wizard, do you think that it was our ancestors' memories that came back and visit this family? The spirit of our ancestors, right, can use their power to influence the family members, right, to get rid of this trash. KKK Imperial Wizard killed by his own wife and son. Credit to Taylor House Publishing. So indeed, y'all, KKK Wizard own family took him out. Well, you guys know the history of the Ku Klux Klansmen. Let me tell you, did y'all know that Hitler said that he modeled off of America. America had the nerve to criticize Hitler. Roosevelt did, and Hitler lashed back and said, "Now you know, and everybody know how you guys treat how white America treat black people, right?" And then he said, "I learned how to treat these human beings, right, by the way you treat blacks in America." So Roosevelt insists over the process. He was just obsessed. He was just mad over the prosecution and extermination of innocent human beings. So then he contacted Hitler and criticized his treatment of the Jews. Rather than promising to back off, Hitler, get this up, rebuffed President Roosevelt, saying, "How can you tell me about how I should treat Jews when I learned how to treat Jews by watching how you and the rest of white America treat black people?" Even though Roosevelt did nothing to stop Roosevelt did nothing to stop anything. You know, Roosevelt was a racist. It was his wife. It was his wife that was non-racist, you guys, right? But anyway, where am I, y'all? He did nothing to stop all the lynching, all the bloodshed of black America. But black America admired, and they still supported him. Now, that reminds me of Biden, y'all. I don't see how my people even support Biden. It's crazy. I remember Biden. He was just like a KKK to me. It was no different between him and the words was coming out of his mouth, that hatred that he had for black America, especially by our black children. Biden, Jim Crow Biden, right? I just don't get how we would know that you're evil, that you're very, very, very evil, especially against black America, and yet vote your enemy in office anyway. So anyway, let me go through. He said that even though President Roosevelt did nothing to stop all the lynching, black Americans admired and supported him. Shame. When Roosevelt died, a line is a popular black song said, Tell me why you like Roosevelt." Everybody knows he wasn't a black man friend. He was a black man friend. Did they really? But getting back on this KKK being unalive by his family, right? That goes to show you that evil can never win, right? Evil. So Melissa Ancona was her name. That was the wife. 47 years old, was sentenced to life after pleading guilty to second-degree murder and other charges, you guys. She had initially said her son, Paul Jenkerson, carried out the killing, but in court on Friday said this was not the case. He still faces trial. Frank Ancono is a self-styled imperial wizard, was deleted in a bedroom and his body dumped next to a river. Yeah, that wife Melissa threw him away like some old trash, y'all. But in a deal with the prosecution, Ancono pleaded guilty on Friday at St. Francois County Circuit Court to second-degree murder. Oh, she was tampering with evidence and abandonment of the court. So yeah, threw him away like old trash. His own wife, Melissa and Connor. This is your Titanium Spotlight. Titanium Spotlight is where the fans themselves speak out. But before I get into the fans dragging this evil person, I need you guys. I got 799 subscribers. I need 1,000. What I need, y'all? 279. Almost 200 or 300 more. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe, y'all. But anyhow, you guys, let's just see what the fans are saying. And they show no mercy whatsoever. Our ancestors is speaking through their children. Yeah, we, the people, Christina says, will never shed a tear. Evil removed evil. Now, I like that. Thank you, Christina. Evil remove evil. Should Black America share a tear over KKK? And not only that, he was the wizard, the leader of KKK. Yes. Now, Sundown. Come on, Sundown. Sundown say a monster removed. So you see, Black America has no compassion for someone with such a hate. Well, hey, not only their family, because the family is the one that deleted this wizard, this KKK wizard. A monster removed, says Sundown. Now, Janice show no mercy. Janice just tell it like it is. She says, a man's enemy is of his own household. His wife and his son, you guys, deleted him. Come on, Janice. Let me just say it one more time, Janice. A man's enemy is of his own household. He spewed hate. He reaped what he sowed. Yes. Reap what you sow. That's what I call karma coming back on you. Thank you, Janice. Now, Timothy. Timothy. Well, let's call you White. Hate can be hazardous to your health. Yes, Lord. It must take a whole lot of energy to hate. But anyway, this is your Titanium Spotlight. Fans are speaking out and they show no mercy. No mercy towards this Ku Klux Klansmen that have deleted thousands and thousands of our people, right? They have shedded bloodshed. They have lynched. They have burnt down cities and towns. Not only burnt down, they have even buried whole towns underwater, made lakes out of them. But you know what? Our ancestors always come back to tell you can't keep our history from us. Indeed, this was part of our history, you guys. But when we were prisoner at war, this is the pink people history that they're trying to keep out of school. KKK activities. They want that out of the school system, you guys. They do not want any type of brutality, teaching their children what their ancestors did, right? Saying that it may make their children uncomfortable, but facts are facts, right? It happened in this country. I grew up in the Jim Crow days, the KKK days, down in the South Birmingham, Bessemer, Alabama, down that way, you guys. It was brutal. And like I said, don't forget, what's that the young man, they did a whole lot of righteously show covered the story of the 4 little girls. It actually was 5 that got bombed in that Birmingham church during the civil rights movement. But The little boy, you guys, I gotta find out his name. As a matter of fact, I need to do a cover story on that. The little boy, KKK called him and deleted him, you guys. That was never covered by the public. Down there in Birmingham, Bessemer, those areas down there, we knew about it. We talked about it in the community, but nothing was never said or done. Anyhow, you guys, this is your Titanium Spotlight when fans speak out. Now, fans, these are my favorite part of doing these videos, because that's where all your intelligence comes from the fans, the subscribers. Don't forget, you guys, get me on up there. I need the likes. They say I need 4,000 likes and I need 1,000 subscribers. But check this out. This is my backup channel, you guys. My other channel is officially Earth Journey at Black Titan. Gas mask. Y'all know that Gary Morgan invented the traffic, the street lights. But did y'all know that these masks that y'all see ICE wearing today, he invented that, he created that. And also, you guys, the firemen, you see that in the firemen when they go out to do fires. But the main thing that happened was that Gary, Mr. Morgan, had this invention. He kept trying to get the government or whoever to take a look at this. Send your workers in those mines or wherever they're working at with my mask. But because he was black, they ignored him. So workers kept dying and dying and dying. Every time they are getting trapped in these mines and they couldn't breathe and they were dying. And then they had no other choice. They decided to try Morgan gas mask, and he went in there and saved those people. Okay, let's just get
masks. Garrett Morgan is already well known as the famous mind behind the modern 3-light traffic signal. His witnessing of an accident would lead to improvements of the existing traffic light signal, inspiring the green, yellow, and red traffic lights we all know today. However, this was not Morgan's only achievement. He filed a patent for the first gas mask invention in 1912, but it wasn't until 2 years later that the idea really took off. When a group of workers got stuck in a tunnel below Lake Erie after an explosion, Morgan and a team of men donned the masks to help get them out. After the rescue was a success, requests for the masks began pouring in. His device used a moist sponge to filter out smoke and cool the air. It took advantage of the way smoke and fumes tend to rise to higher positions while leaving a layer of more breathable air below by using an air intake tube that dangled near the floor. The hood used a series of tubes to draw clean air of the lowest level the tubes could extend to. Smoke, being hotter than the air around it, rises, and by drawing air from the ground, the safety hood provided the user with a way to perform emergency respiration. In 1914, he received a patent for the invention of the gas mask and was awarded a gold medal by the International Association.